and Amanda always online. Grab your headphones, it's review time. Music's the love and niche divine. Laughs and insights mixed like wine. Every strong and every beat. They analyze, they can't be beat. Tune in on the socials meet. Join the fun and take your seat. If music's your thing, come along. Hear Amanda sing her song. Chris brings the notes all day long. Together they make us strong.
Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Chris and Amanda's Song Swap Showdown. We are so happy you could be here with us today. It's another glorious Monday here in Song Swap Showdown land. Amanda, how are you?
I'm so good. How are you?
I am doing great. Yeah, I am happy to be back. Last week we had a week off for those of you who follow the live show. We had a week off, but we're back with a whole brand new show, brand new theme, all ready for you. Hey guys, if this is your first time checking out Song Swap Showdown, well, how the show normally works is I'm Chris, and that's that girl, Amanda Sharp. And what we do is we swap 3 songs with each other that we may or may not have heard before, and then we rate those songs on a scale of 1 to 5 records, with 1 being a skip. Skip it. All the way up to 5 records, which we say is heavy music to our ears. That's right. That is going on our Eternity playlist, a song that you can put on repeat and listen to forever and ever and ever. And every show we do is based on a theme. This week's theme happens to be something that I don't think we've ever done as just a straight up theme here on the show.
Agreed.
But we've featured songs of this caliber before.
We have. We've honed in on, say, like karaoke songs, earworm songs, kind of on that same realm of singability. So this week's theme is sing-along songs. So
Sing-along songs.
That can be a lot of things, but I think where my mind went was it starts playing and everyone starts singing. Like it's a good sing-along song because you sing along to it.
Yeah.
Makes sense, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. It's that song that, no matter what genre you're into, it's you can call it guilty pleasure or whatever, but it's a song everybody knows the words to because you've heard it 1,000 times, but you sing along to it because it's okay to have some fun in life, guys.
Yeah.
News alert. It's okay. You can have fun. It's all right.
And listen, I want to be very clear about this now because people will be people, right?
Yeah, they will be.
When I am giving my ratings for these songs, I am judging on the relativeness of singability. Not that I love the song, not that it's going to go on an eternity playlist, that hey, if it comes on, am I going to sing along to it even if I don't love it? Probably. Like, that's going to get a good rating from me.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's a good way to merit the songs, right?
Yeah.
It's got to have the merit. Like, what is the sing-along ability of the song? Is it a song that everybody can get into? Is it a song that everybody's guaranteed to know the words to?
Yeah.
Or at least the chorus, right? Because sometimes it's like the verse, you go, and then the chorus comes and everybody knows the chorus. Then it goes back to like maybe, like 1 or 2 words from the verse. And then the chorus comes and everybody's singing big. So, that happens. That happens.
It
so
does.
listen, before we dive into it even more, a couple quick things is I do want to ask you guys all for a very quick little favor. For those of you watching live, if you're on YouTube especially, a very small, very quick little thing that you could do right now that would help us help the show grow would be to hit that subscribe button right now and the little bell so that way you get notified when we go live. That very small little action means the world to us and any other creator that you are following over on YouTube. So please do me that favor right now. Smash that bell. Hit the subscribe button, do all those things because it really does help little small creators like us, helps us grow our channel. And of course, if you're listening to the podcast version of this, please hit that subscribe button because also, or the follow button, whatever it is on whatever platform you have, hit it because it does really help us grow the channel. And it's a very, very small, quick action for you. But for us, it is very huge. So we appreciate you doing that. Thank you. And for all our Radio Garden State listeners, well, thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate you. Make sure you keep it tuned here to Radio Garden State all day long for all kinds of great music and shows. It is a very big day here on Radio Garden State. And there is a big, big announcement being made today on the station at 12 o'clock. So make sure you tune in, listen to my cam at 12 o'clock today. And also, if you miss it, that's okay, because follow Radio Garden State on all social media platforms at Radio Garden State. Big, big announcement coming today. So
listen, one question for you. So Mike will be live on Radio Garden State doing a noon?
Yep. At 12 o'clock, 12 Eastern, he will be on. He does his lunch whistle show on Mondays and Wednesdays from 12 to 1, and today at 12 p.m., he is making a live announcement on the air.
I'm loving this. And why I'm loving this, because I'm getting a little like in my feelings about this. Because back in the day, we're going to give you a little history of Chris and Amanda.
Yes, a little history of Chris here. I'll play the harp. We're going back in time.
Yeah, I mean, 5-ish years ago, Chris and I met on a app called Clubhouse. And it's an audio interactive kind of like podcast app, but you can communicate with each other and have real conversations. And there was a fleet of us creators that would have shows starting at 6:30 in the morning, and they would go until like 9 o'clock at night, actually 10 o'clock at night, right? Yeah. And so there was like the morning chat,
the evening
chat, but then nestled in the middle, there was, what was his called? The lunch with Mike Cam or something like that, or it was
oh my gosh, it was
but Mike Cam had a 12 o'clock spot.
Yeah,
12 to 1.
And a few other creators.
Maybe Jackie was her name. I'm not really sure, but
yeah, there was a few people that were on at 12 to 1.
Yeah, like lunch hour, conversation place. And so it just made my heart smile thinking he's back at that 12 o'clock hour.
Yep. Yeah, it's great. He does the lunch whistle on Monday and Wednesday. So make sure you tune in. Big, big, big announcement coming.
Radio Garden State, live at noon.
That's right. So, all right. So, guys, we have a show to get to. We have a lot of tunes to talk to about 6 songs being rated today on sing-along ability. And, of course, we encourage you to play along at home. So if you are watching live, of course, drop your ratings in as we talk about each song. Let us know if you agree or disagree. We'd love to know what you thought of these songs on a scale of 1 to 5 records. And if you're not live, that's fine. Play along in the car or wherever you're listening, because we would love to hear from you. On Spotify, you can always drop comments. And, of course, here on YouTube and Facebook, you can drop comments too. So, all right. Let's dive in. Amanda, can I start with you first? Is that
Absolutely,
okay? Can we start with your song? Because this is a song that I remember. I was there. But in all seriousness, I mean, I was there. I do. I remember when I was a wee lad back in the early days of MTV, guys. And this was a tune that was on all the time. And I remember when the video came out, it was a video that I loved watching on MTV, and I always thought it was so much different than all the other videos that they would play on MTV, mainly because the people on this video did not look like anybody that was on MTV.
Sure.
They all looked like they were like, from another time, actually. I don't even like.
Well, that's fair.
It just looked, it looked like they were from somewhere else, but not like the normal, like glitz and glam of like the MTV world. So what song am I talking about? I am talking about Dexys Midnight Runners. Come on, Eileen.
Come on.
Yeah. Come on. Talk about a tune that just like, I think this is a song. First of all, it's a great sing-along song. I mean, even if you don't know, everybody knows the Come On Eileen part. Everybody knows the Chiraye part. Like, I think this is a song that I think pretty much all generations, I feel like the song really keeps finding new generations over and over again. Like, bands have covered this song. I know Say Ferris did a great version of this like ages ago. That was excellent. And it was a while ago since they did it, but it's great. And it's still a song they play live because people love it. This song was released in June 25th, 1982 in the UK. And it took about 8 months later. It was released in January of 1983 in the US. And And there's a lot of different versions of this song, by the way. I was looking at the times, like the different edits they did of this. So the original single version was 4 minutes and 12 seconds. Then they did without the fiddle intro, which is a 4:07. Then they did an acapella coda, where it just keeps going acapella.
Yeah.
4 minutes and 47 seconds. Then the music video version was 3 minutes and 48 seconds. And then a special DJ version was 3 minutes and 28 seconds.
And the one we put on our playlist is the 4 minutes, minute or one. And there's some bonus material, I'll call it, at the end of the one I posted on our Spotify playlist. So I was even thrown off. I was like, what started playing?
Yeah. Like it's just
I wasn't familiar or like used to hearing that. And I was like, I think my phone just started playing like a podcast.
Yeah, it's weird, right? Like it's
it's a total shift.
It's a total shift. And this was released. So this was okay. So they had a big hit before this one in the UK, not the US, but in the UK. They had a song called Gino, and that was released. It was there. This was so Come On Eileen was their second number one hit in the UK, but their first one was a song called Gino, which I honestly don't ever remember hearing. So I got to be honest with you, I've never dove into any other Dexys Midnight Runners songs other than Come On Eileen, and I probably should, but I just never have. The song was originally written by Kevin Rowland, who is the lead singer, Jim Patterson, Billy Abrams, and Rowland originally stated that the essence of the tune should be attributed to Kevin Archer, so he gave a little bit of inspiration there.
Sure.
For him. Come On Eileen won Best British Single in the 1983 Brit Awards, and in 2025 the song was voted by the British public as the nation's sixth favorite 1980s number one single in a poll for ITV, and it was ranked number 18 on VH1's 100 Greatest Songs of the 80s and was Britain's best-selling single of 1982.
Boom.
According to Kevin Rowland, there was actually no real Eileen. In fact, she was a composite to make a point about Catholic repression, by the way.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun. I don't have that sound effect.
No worries, we have ourselves.
Yeah. So I was trying to find, because I had it up on songfacts.com, by the way, and I had that note, and now it's like, oh, here we go. So I had that note up before, and one of the things was that they were talking about, oh, here it is, the two Ra Lu Ra. He goes, I came up with that, and I remember thinking, wow, this is sounding really good. You get a feeling when you're writing a song, something happens, and at the end, it kind of finishes itself. Now, see, that one thing was talking about, so Songfacts, and this is the thing with Songfacts and Wikipedia. I'm going to go with Songfacts. I read that one thing about Wikipedia, and Songfacts is saying the song is based on a true story. And Eileen was a girl that Kevin Rowland grew up with.
That's what I read as well.
So their relationship became romantic when the pair was 13, and according to Rowland, it turned intimate a year or two later. He was raised Catholic and served as an altar boy in church, so it was very taboo and considered dirty, something that fascinated him. When he wrote the song, Rowland was expressing the feelings of that adolescent, enjoying his first blossoming and dreaming of being free from the structures of a buttoned-down society. So the song describes the thin line between love and lust. Now, I thought this was one more, before we play it, I thought this was another funny, quick little note, is that Cyndi Lauper, did you read this part too in Songfacts? That Cyndi Lauper actually borrowed the rhythm from the song Come On Eileen for Girls Just Want to Have Fun, because it was such a big hit in America when Lauper was recording her record, She's So Unusual. Her and her producer arrangers were struggling to find the right rhythm for Girls Just Want to Have Fun, and finally got it after hearing this song. She said, one day we came in and we're talking about Come On Eileen. The producer, Eric Brazilian, who was working on a track, said in the book Ska Boom, an American Ska and Reggae Oral History, you cannot help but love Come On Eileen. So Cyndi said, can we make it like Come On Eileen? Brazilian went in and went to the drum machine and programmed the same kick drum pattern, which became the foundation of the track. So without Come On Eileen, we may not have had Girls Just Want to
Have Fun. Another iconic sing-along song. Mm-hmm. And this song, when you really look at how it's structured, I mean, what a journey it takes you on.
Oh gosh, yeah. It really is. It's like
it's fast, it's slow, it's so much. that you feel almost a little exhausted if you go through the entire song and you're singing in it. It's a lot of song with a lot of pace, a lot of rhythm. It's a lot.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. I think it is a lot. There's a lot of movements in there for sure.
Which is fun movements.
Yeah, fun movements. Very fun movements. So let's do this. Let's play a little bit of the song.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's play a little bit.
Just in case, for those few that maybe have never heard it before, or you just want to hear a little fun little treat, fun little ditty on this Monday morning.
Right. Okay. Let's do this. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Come on, Eileen here. A little bit of Come on, Eileen.
Iconic start. Woo! Don't mind me. Just jamming over here. Woo! That's, you know, woo!
I mean, this song is it's so infectious. It's so infectious.
It is. It's fun. It's got a lot of rhythm. It's just, but it doesn't, this is one of those songs that, no, I'm not putting it on to listen to.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have a craving to listen to Come On, Eileen, but I don't turn it if it comes on. I'm not annoyed if it comes on. I forget to put it on because I don't really want to, but like, it's just not one that, and it won't get stuck in my head for forever either. So I think this is a very singable song. Chris, but what say you?
I find it to be very singable. I mean, I like this song a lot, and it's always, I mean, I remember when it was on MTV, and I always thought it was a super infectious song. So I think it's a very good sing-along song, and I think it comes on, and everybody at least knows the big parts, right? And even I've been in like stadiums and arenas, and the song will come on, or like if you're at a concert and they're doing like the in-between sound, like just playing music, people will start. So I think it's definitely a stop and sing song for sure. So I like this one a lot. I think it's a good sing-along song. So I would squarely put this one at a 4.5.
Ooh, I like it. And Dave Mattingly coming in with 4.2. 4.2.
4.2.
I think that's very respectable. We're struggling with English this morning, Amanda, but I like your 4.5. So thank you. And Dave, thank you for the 4.2.
Yeah,
all right.
Absolutely. 100%. 100%.
So I'm going to start your list with this. Obviously your first song, but I didn't think I knew any of your songs when you sent them to me.
Really?
I looked at them and I was like, nope, don't know it. Don't know it. Don't know it. So I said, I'm going to play a little of these. So I started them and then I was like, nope, don't know it. Don't know it. Don't know it. And then the chorus came on the first two. And I was like, oh, I know it.
Right. So you may not know the name of the song, but you know the...
yeah. Oh, I know this song now by the chorus, the singability of the chorus. And then I'll just admit, that third one, I didn't know at all.
Wow.
I know. So keep this in mind. I say that because I think those are important things to digest as I go through these songs. But my songs that I chose, I think were like uber popular and most people would know them. I'm curious how many of your songs most people know. So let us know, listeners.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think that I mean, I gotta tell you, the first song that I gave you is like a song they play in every single arena. In fact, they do the thing where they drop out on the chorus. Usually whoever's like running it will drop out and let the crowd sing the chorus. And it's usually the entire stadium singing the chorus to that. Like it's
for sure. The
it's
chorus,
a super catchy song.
it's the chorus, but I had to giggle because as you were saying earlier, how like people go like during the other parts, but then when the chorus comes on, like everyone goes in. I feel like this might be one of those songs, and then boom.
Right.
So what song am I talking about? Mr. Brightside by The Killers. Now this was a popular song.
Yeah.
I mean, it was released in 2003, so recent-ish song.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
If my data is correct, and it hit number 10 on the Hot 100.
It sure did.
This was and unless this is incorrect information that I found, and I forget the source. I didn't write down the source, but it spent 400 weeks on UK singles chart. 400 weeks, folks. It is
400 weeks.
The longest charting song ever because of that over there.
Wow.
So interesting, right? So Mr. Brightside by The Killers. Didn't know it until I knew it.
I didn't know until you knew it.
Didn't know it until I knew it. But it's I like this song like when I know it.
Yeah. No, well, now that you know that the name of the song is called Mr. Brightside by The Killers. Yeah. Yeah, I mean it's I've always liked this song. I do like The Killers a lot. And this record was I remember when this came out, this was a really big record. This was their first record. And there's a lot of good songs on this. And this was the first single. And it's just, I mean, I think that as much as this band's been around now for a long time, I mean, this was released in 2004. This band is still going. This is by far their biggest song. I mean, it is like literally still played everywhere all the time. And I know at a lot of sporting events, they do that. They will like play it and then they drop it and they let the crowd sing. It's a lot of that, like, I don't know. It just has that thing. And I think it's the big sing along chorus. It just gets people. So.
Yeah.
I see we got I'm getting some of Dave's things now. Yeah. I always thought To Raya came from an Irish lullaby. So you know what? There's like I'm gonna have to publish the sound facts thing in our group because there's literally tons and tons and tons of information about that.
Yeah, the Come On Eileen. Yeah.
The Come On Eileen song. But and also lots of information about this Killer song as well. So all right, so let's do this. Let's play a little bit of this song because if no one's ever heard it before, which I can't imagine anybody not hearing this song before because it is an enormous song. But here it is.
Yeah.
Here's a little bit of Mr.
But you know it like me. You didn't know it until you knew it.
Right. Yeah. Until you knew the name of the song.
Yeah.
Coming out of my cage and I've been doing just fine. Gotta be down because I want it all. It started out with a kiss, how did it end up like this? It was only a kiss, it was only a kiss. Now I'm falling asleep and she's calling a cab while he's having a smoke and she's taking a drag. Now they're going to bed and my stomach is sick and it's all in my head, but she's touching his chest. Now he takes off her dress. Now let me go. And I just can't look, it's killing me and taking control. Jealousy turning snakes into the sea, swimming through sick lullabies, choking on your alibis. But it's just the price I pay. Destiny is calling me. Open up my eager eyes, 'cause I'm Mr. Brightside.
I mean, this song it's just great. It just sounds like a wall of sound. I mean, huge chorus.
I'm still bopping to it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really good one. That's a really good sing along song, man. I mean, it's really great when you're at like a game and it's pumping, and then I love when they do it and they drop it out and they're still singing, and it's like it's so cool. Like they do it too. There's another couple songs they usually will play with the crowd with that. We'll drop it out and like let the crowd just sing it. It's really cool.
Let the crowd shine, have their moment.
That's right. That's right.
So listen, I think I can respect this song for what it is when it comes to, I think normal people know this song. People who go to sporting events, which I don't do. Keep in mind, friends, I don't get out of the house much. So I don't like put myself in places that I would have heard this for singability.
Mm-hmm.
But I can see and appreciate where it's utilized for that specifically. So I think for me, I don't love I don't dislike the song.
Okay.
Don't dislike it at all. Like I probably wouldn't turn it off either.
Right.
At all. But I can respect that it would be one that is sung in the places that it would be sung.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm saying a lot of words and I don't know if I'm making sense. But with that being said, I'm gonna probably give this one a 3.8 because I feel like if Come On Eileen is a 4.5, there's a distance there.
Yeah,
a respectable distance that needs to be maintained.
I think for us, Dex, Come On Eileen has been living with us since we were kids. And whereas this song, I mean, listen, it's 2004. This song's over 20 years old now.
Fair.
So, I mean, it's been living with us for a long time. I mean, it just doesn't have the same as Come On Eileen, but I do think that while maybe Come On Eileen maybe not has too many new fans, like Mr. Brightside, like this is a song like my kids, like this is a big sing-along song for them. Like this song will be on playlists for them that I know that they've put together that's like a mix of everything from like hip hop to like the biggest pop songs. And all of a sudden Mr. Brightside comes in and it's like comes on and it's like boom. It's like they're all singing along. So I think this may be a sort of that next generation's version of like Come On Eileen with that, in a weird way. But I mean, it's a great song. It's a great song. I mean, I know you know it now. I mean, you knew it. You know it now. You don't know the name of it. You just knew the chorus. The chorus.
And I think I look at just collectively, Come On Eileen has the older crowd and it gains the newer crowd.
Yeah.
This song, I don't know that it's going to be pulling in people like 60 plus.
Maybe not.
So I think in popularity, in singability, I think that's why I'm just rating it 3.8. It's not that it's not a good song, Chris. It's just compared to Come On Eileen,
I mean, listen, Come On Eileen is like a really big, it's an old classic. I mean, it's a standby classic. Everybody knows it because it's been played gajillion times. I mean, even though this song's already 20 years old, Come On Eileen is 40 years
Crazy.
old. So, over 40 years old. Yeah. So, Dave's saying a 3.2 for Killers, not something he would sing along to, but to each their own, This is a song that I like to belt out on the top of my list.
I am proud of you for that.
Yeah. And so does everybody else I'm in a car with, so.
That's
FYI.
Yes. FYI. I don't doubt it.
Yeah. So, all right. So moving on to your next song.
Yes.
This is, of course, the Lynyrd Skynyrd. We talked about Lynyrd Skynyrd, I think, last week too, or the last show. Lynyrd Skynyrd has made some appearances lately on our playlist this season. Sweet Home Alabama.
Woo!
Sweet Home Alabama.
Yeah.
I mean, boy, oh boy. This is definitely one of those songs too where I feel like we were just talking about like not a lot of people know the verses, but they know the chorus. Everybody wants to get to the Sweet Home Alabama part. Sweet Home Alabama.
They know the beginning. Right. The begining's so iconic, and then it's like, there's a little pause, and then they get into it real good.
Yeah, I mean that great riff, and then it turned it up, and then and then it's just the whole like everybody's just waiting to sing Sweet Home Alabama, which is hilarious to me. And, for those of you, and there's a ton of history on this song, but I mean, the big thing is that it definitely takes, at the time, for those of you that may or may not know this, Neil Young had released a song called Southern Man, which then Lynyrd Skynyrd took a look, because basically Southern Man is, when you really listen to lyrics, it's really calling out the people who live in the South as
throwing some darts
at the people in the South. And and listen, we can't just classify an entire just because they live all down south that everybody is a certain way. Just because they're down there doesn't mean that they're all subscribe to a certain ideology. Let's just leave it at that. But
Right.
so he wrote a song that kind of took jabs at the South, and Lynyrd Skynyrd, me and some Jacksonville, Florida boys did not like that, and Sweet Home Alabama is kind of a bit of a clapback to that song, Southern Man. And in fact, they even make references to Neil Young on here and all. And they had like a very fun rivalry. They poked fun at each other a lot throughout like the career, but it was more like that kind of, professional clapback kind of stuff. Nothing like they didn't really hate each other. I mean, listen, Neil Young had his rights to his opinions, and so did Lynyrd Skynyrd.
Absolutely, yeah.
But I think that it makes it a little funny. And he actually played this. Neil Young himself actually played this song. He played Sweet Home Alabama. He played at a memorial when, of course, the tragic plane crash that killed 3 of the members of Lynyrd Skynyrd. He played it at their memorial as a tribute to them. So, it's one of those things where it's funny to kind of clap back at each other, but at the end of the day, everybody kind of respects each other as musicians, type of thing. So,
yeah,
I think this is another great song. A classic riff, but it is one of those things where, I think like Come On Eileen, like there's a lot of like, it's the verse and then it's like, come on Eileen to Rye, and it's like, sweet home. I just want to get to there's a great Simpsons part where like Homer is at a concert and he's watching Bachman Turner Overdrive play, and he's the song "Taking Care of Business."
Yeah, taking care of business.
He's like, just play taking care of business. He's like, play working overtime. Like he just wanted to get to the one working overtime, so he could like, and it's hilarious. He's like yelling at the play, just get to taking care of it. It's hilarious, and I'm like, that's I think
Homer,
people, like just get to the sing along part, like but hey, it's part of the song. It's part of the song. So. Chris Weiger. My kids couldn't believe Mr. Brightside was 20 years old last year. They were little when it came out. I know. Thanks, Chris, for checking in. Yeah, exactly. I can't believe it's 20 years old. It's unbelievable.
And I know I've already shared this with a lot of other people, but Chris and I met in person. Just yesterday. It was so much fun. Chris, I'm still smiling about our little visit with our group of friends.
Yeah. So. I know. I was so jealous. I saw his picture.
I wish you would have been there. I know.
But I was so happy you got to connect with everybody. That was great. But yeah, so listen, this song released in 1974, the year I was born. So guess what? This song is 51 years old. And it's a great song, man. It is to the test of time. I mean, it's on every like dad rock playlist of all time. I mean, I don't think you can't go to a bar or a sporting event without hearing this song. And once again, everybody just wants to sing the part "Sweet Home Alabama." So, for those of you that have never heard "Sweet Home Alabama" before, there might be
some. There might be some. That's right.
Let's play a little bit of "Sweet Home Alabama."
And I think
just get to the part "Sweet Home Alabama."
I think people have just as much fun like doing the with their mouths as they do singing the chorus.
Yeah.
I love that cover.
I love that riff. It's great. It's so swampy too.
Big wheels keep on turning, carry me home just like you. Singing songs about the Southland. I miss Alabama once again, and I play the singing. Yes. Well, I heard Mr. Young sing about her. Well, I heard O'Neill put her down. Well, I hope Neil Young will remember. I said that man don't need him around anyhow. Sweet home Alabama, where the skies are blue. Sweet home Alabama, Lord, I'm coming home to you.
I mean, everything about the song is cool. I mean, I always particularly liked the piano playing in this song. I always thought that was just a nice. It just adds a lot to the song. So, It's a very cool song. I mean, it's a great song, and at least everybody knows the chorus, the words to the chorus on this. So I don't think you can't not help but sing it when it comes on. Even if you're burnt out, like Dave is saying, he's like, he's already given his rating, and he's saying he would probably be higher if he wasn't so burnt out. I mean, yeah, it's probably one of the most overplayed Lynyrd Skynyrd songs other than Freebird, but but I still think it's cool. It's a great summer song, I'll tell you that. I mean, there's nothing to me better than like when some Skynyrd comes on in the summertime and you're
feels right
hanging out with some friends and all that. So it's got the vibes, man. It's got the vibes. So anyway, really cool tune. I'm gonna give it. It's still gonna be over 4 records for me. So I'm probably gonna give this one a 4.2.
Okay.
For sing-along ability, because everybody knows that chorus, man. Everybody knows the chorus.
Yeah. I mean, I think one of these songs has to be a personal favorite to even get at 5 records.
Right.
Because singability isn't necessarily usually like my fave. I don't want to listen to these on a desert island.
Right.
I mean, I guess I would accept them.
Right. I guess I would accept them.
If I had to. Yeah. But, okay. So I receive your 4.2. And Dave, your 3.8 is totally appropriate as well. So thank you.
There you go.
All right.
There you go. All right. Very cool. So moving on to my second song to you.
Which is The Middle by Jimmy Eat World. Again, I didn't know this song until I knew this song.
Wow.
I know.
Although I shouldn't be surprised. I should not be surprised at this.
No. And so this was also early 2000s release. Like, you really went recent. And I shouldn't
because
say
I had a
20
feeling
years
you
is
were
recent.
gonna go. I had a feeling you were gonna go very classic.
You were right.
I had a feeling you were gonna fall into that pocket, and I'm like, I don't want to just give like all the same era stuff. So let me spread it around, because, and by the way, by our listenership, we have a very varied listenership. So I wanted to make sure that we had songs from different eras, so it wasn't all just like one-sided from like the 80s where a lot of the great songs came out. But still, I mean, even 90s. I mean, there's once again, guys, this was not an easy episode to put together, but like, but I wanted to at least represent some of the different times, at least.
I feel like the 90s just got bypassed.
Yeah.
Sorry, 90s.
I mean, and there's a lot of great songs. Believe me, I had some 90s songs on there, but then I was like, oh, I know this is.
They're not being represented very well today, but that's okay. That's okay. And anything like 2010 and beyond probably isn't necessarily as sing-along-ish as some of these classics. So The Middle by Jimmy Eat World. Early 2000s. I mean, number 5 on the Hot 100 charts. So it kept its place pretty good there. And then number 1 on Billboard Alternative Airplay chart, which I didn't realize it was a thing, but it makes sense. And
I actually played with these guys live one time. I actually played with
Stop it. Talk to me more about this.
In Baltimore.
Tell me all about it.
Yeah, so this was back in the early. So just for very, very fast history, is Jimmy Eat World, before they broke big, were already like a band that was in like the underground emo, post-hardcore kind of thing. And these guys were always the band that was pegged to be like the next big thing. We always said, oh, this is going to be the band that's going to kind of break out of this like emo scene. And they did finally, but they took a long time to get there. And at least from the point that they finally got big. And this was a band that everybody loved and everybody respected. The nicest guys. They used to play everywhere. These guys were a hard-working band. They played everywhere. They played basements. They played fire halls. I mean, they must have played the Wayne Fire Hall in New Jersey a dozen or so times. And my band at the time, Situation at 1200, we got put on a bill with them down in Baltimore at this like squat with like 3 other bands. And they were great. They were, once again, nice guys. We shared equipment with them and all that. It was cool. It was a really good time. And great band. I mean, awesome band. And and I'm happy. I mean, I think these guys have always been great musicians, and they deserve all the success they got, and they're still going today.
Look at this.
Chris Eat World.
Chris Eat World. Like, listen, let's just digest. Chris has lived 50 lifetimes. You really have. And this is why when you do your business coaching and anything like that, your motto is like, launch your business or whatever you're launching like a band, because you grind and you have to hustle and you have to show up if you're debuting a band.
That's true.
It's a lot of hard
time.
work.
Yeah.
You got to put in the time. So anytime I hear stories like this where they put in their time and then they got their fate that they worked hard to get to.
Yeah.
I love hearing that because some are as lucky.
Yeah, and it's you know, I mean, that's just what you did. You played everywhere and anywhere, and sometimes it was a squat in Baltimore.
In a squat in Baltimore.
Yeah.
And Dave coming in with the one hit Thunder podcast just covered the middle last week. I need to listen to that, Dave, rightfully so, as I should. So super fun. So let's play a little bit of the middle by Jimmy Eat World. And I would be willing to bet you might, so there's listeners who might not know this song by the beginning, but come that chorus, you'll go, oh, I've heard that before, just like I did.
I think a lot of people have heard this song. This is my wife's go-to karaoke song. And any live band karaoke.
Rachel's so cool.
This is Rachel's go-to song.
She's so cool.
Hey, don't write yourself off yet. It's only in your head you feel left out or looked down on. Just try your best. Try everything you can. And don't you worry what they tell themselves when you're away. It just takes some time, little girl. You're in a little out the right. Everything will be just fine. Everything will be alright. Hey, you know they're all the same. You know you're doing better on your own. So don't buy in. Live right now. Yeah, just be yourself. It doesn't matter if it's good enough for someone else. It just takes some time, little girl, in a little out the right. Everything will be just fine. Everything will be alright. It just takes some time, little girl, in a little out the right. Everything will be just fine. Everything will be alright.
This is a great feel-good song too.
I like how they say, like how they sing everything.
Yeah.
Like it's like everything. Like I can't do it how they do it, but I really love the little rawness and the edge to it. And I really like the lyrics of this song are, I think, really important. And I can't remember where I read this, but it was written during the band's low. Did they get canceled by
They got dropped. They got dropped, and they were on a major label, and they did one record on a major label. It didn't do the way the label performed. Because I think they thought they were going to be the next Nirvana, but I mean, come on. So they got dropped, and then they went and they recorded this record and kind of self-released it. So basically, how it is, yeah, they wrote the song after he got dropped from Capitol Records. Then they released another record called Static Prevails, and it just sold 10,000 copies. And then they dropped the band, yeah, because basically because they weren't getting like really much support. And then they did this record.
How discouraging!
And they got re-signed, like basically. It was, I mean, there's a lot, they had a very like weird trajectory, but they wound up making it. And,
bravo.
Yeah. So Middle was written after Jimmy Eat World had been dropped from Capitol Records following the release of Clarity, which was their previous record. Their second record, Static Prevails, had just sold 10,000 copies in 1996, and Capitol Records decided to drop the band in 96 due to a change of priorities. We were just about invisible there, and nothing was going on. The Middle reflects these times for the band. Don't write yourself off yet when feeling left to look down on. The band decided to finance recording of the album and keep things simple on the new record rather than experiment as they'd done on previous records. Our new stuff was rather challenging ourselves, getting real experimental. We kind of went on the other direction, trying ourselves to get very simple. When The Middle was released, the success of the album and the band was dependent on the single Breakthrough. By early 2002, the single had reached the top Billboard modern rock tracks. The song then crossed over to top 40, and that was kind of it. I will say that this song, if I remember correctly, because it feels like it's burned in my brain, is that this song, when it was kind of started hitting on the radio, thank you, Mark. This is what happens. But I fix it in post. So I remember this song, and I don't want to go on too long because I know we have more of a show, but this song came out. So back when 9/11 happened, there was a weird thing that happened with radio stations where a lot of songs were kind of like temporarily banned from being played because
Understood
they
the
got super
sensitivity.
sensitive. So there was like a list of songs that all I got like, you can't play these songs because it's just too much, too traumatic. So they decided
Which is fair.
Yeah. So they decided to fix that, or not fix that, but they decided to take a break from that. So the middle was a song that everybody started playing because it was such a good feel good song. And it was like all of a sudden this like really great, like super upbeat song saying everything will be all right. Like, and that, I'm not going to say that helped, but it definitely was, I think, a song that everybody kind of needed to hear at the time. And then from there on, I mean, on top of being a good song, it just kind of catapulted. So
timing's everything. We say this all the time on this show. Timing is everything. And you know what? So Sid Meadows, one of our very good friends of ours, we had a conversation the other day, and he recommended that I read a book. It's called Be Ready When Luck Happens. And I love that. And they were ready when luck happens. I think regardless of how lucky one gets and, maybe tragic events or good events that happen, you have to be ready during that lucky stretch. Otherwise the momentum will just fizzle out. So I'm glad they were able to run with us and do well and get
so they did it.
Get the fame that they deserved.
They sure did. Yeah. So where do you put this one?
You know what? So I'm going to put this one higher than the Mr. Brightside. I just feel this one a little bit more, but I think this one is more of a feel-good sing-along song, and I think there's a lot of fun cadences in it that make it fun to sing along to. So I'm going to give this one a 4.2. All
right, 4.2 records. I'll take it.
Yeah, isn't bad. And actually, I kind of forgot about this song. I need to put it on. Maybe this will be on my Working Through Life playlist.
That's a good one.
This is a good one for that, right?
Yep, 4.0 from Dave on this one too.
Dave, we're very close. Very good.
Randall, Canada's not for sale. Well, maybe let's sing together 4.5 records. Love it. That's right, Randall. It's not for sale. We're with you here. All right. All right. Very good. So your final song to me today. Your final song to me is 1 Week by Bare Naked Ladies.
I guess the 90s were represented. I forgot.
Yeah, the 90s are represented.
Late.
I forgot this was a 90s song.
Me too. I was thinking early 2000, but.
Yeah. So, I was thinking that too. I was like, wait a second.
Yeah.
But so 1998, the song 1998 off the record Stunt. And speaking of Canada, Canadian band right here. And this was a huge number 1 hit. I remember when this came out, this was literally everywhere. And I got to tell you, talk about a song that you got burnt out on. And this is a tune that now for me, my opinion is I don't really think this is a sing-along song.
That's so funny.
Because
that's okay.
Mainly because I think everything is just so much so fast, so much wordplay. Other than 1 week, once again, it's get to the chorus. But it's very fast. It's a very, very fast song. I'm not saying it's a bad song. I just was a song that I liked how Dave feels about Sweet Home Alabama and all that is as I feel very, very burnt out on this song because I feel like it was so overplayed in the 90s.
Understood.
But I don't know. I always kind of had I don't know. I don't know about this song. So anyway, the song's about a big fight in a relationship. The lyrics are essentially meaningless, but wildly entertaining, showing off the clever wordplay.
There's a lot of lyrics
and a rapid fire interplay between their lead singers, Ed Robertson and Stephen Page. Robertson wrote the song. Fittingly, this spent 1 week at number 1 in the U.S. and maybe should have been called 58 weeks. But the title is. That's funny. That's from songfacts.com. It was the first big hit for the Bare Naked Ladies, who formed in 1988 and developed a large cult following, especially in their native Canada and among college students. They made inroads in America when their 1996 single, The Old Apartment, cracked Hot 100, landing at number 88 in May of 97. A live version. I don't want to. That's not relevant to this conversation. So, I don't know. Let's listen to the song. I want to see. Does anybody still think that this song holds up?
Listen, these comments are flooded with Team Amanda on 1 Week by Bare Naked Ladies. I just have to say.
I'm not saying that. I don't know. I listened to the song again, and it kind of brought up like some like feelings of like, oh man, I'm not sure if I like this song.
Well, in this
I don't even know if I ever really liked it, but
very specifically, my favorite line to sing is the chickadee, like what is it? The chickadee China, the Chinese chicken.
Right.
You have a drumstick and your brain starts ticking or something like that. Like
I mean, the songs are the lyrics are pretty funny. All right, so let's play this. Let me know what you guys think. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play a bit of it. It's a very short song too.
It
actually,
is 1 week a sing along song.
Been 1 week since you looked at me, cocked your head to the side and said I'm angry. 5 days since you laughed at me, saying get back together, come back and see me. 3 days since the living room, I realized it's all my fault,
it's a
but couldn't tell
catchy
you.
chorus. It starts off with the chorus.
But it'll still be 2 days till I say I'm sorry.
Hold it now, I want to hoodwink. Does it make you stop think?
I don't think anybody's singing along right now. This is another case of the verse.
I pretend like I do.
I do like the move of starting with the chorus at the top, though. It's a pretty slick move.
I know like these one-liners in it.
Gonna make a break and take a fake out like a sink and it can shake out like vanilla. It's the finest of the flavors. Gonna see the jokers and you'll know the vertigo is gonna go cause it's so dangerous. You'll have to sign a waiver. Can I help it if I think you're funny when you're mad?
I don't like the last line.
Although I feel bad, I'm the kind of guy who laughs at a funeral. Can't understand what I mean, well you soon will. I have a tendency to wear my mind on my sleeve. I have a history.
You don't really know the words of the song.
I know a lot of them.
Do you really? Usually make up half of them. So
I know. Well, that's the point. Like, what song you can?
You realize it's not my fault, but a woman too soon. Yesterday you've forgiven me, and now I'll sit back and wait till you say you're sorry.
All right, Dave is saying a 4.6, very sing-alongy. Of course, Randall, as I said, what a great Canadian band. Love this song, 5.0.
Yes.
China, the Chinese.
All right.
That's my favorite.
All right,
watching X-Files with no lights on. With all
the X-Files with no lights on is good.
Well, like Harrison Ford, I'm getting frantic. Like Sting, I'm tantric. Like Snickers, guaranteed to satisfy. Like Kurosawa, I make mad films. Okay, I don't make films, but if I did, they'd have a samurai. Gonna get a set of better clubs. Gonna find a kind with tiny dumpsters, so my irons are always flying off the backswing. Gonna get into my Sailor Moon, cause like cartoonists got the boom anime babes that make me think the wrong thing.
All right.
I only really
only because we got to move on, so I don't want to like. I believe I would like to play the whole thing and watch you react to it.
It's so much fun. It's nonsense. It's like if you could get in my brain.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good assessment. So, all right, listen, guys. I don't want to say I hate this song. I don't hate it. It's not O2 or anything like that. It's not in 2 territory.
Uh-oh.
It's just that it's not my thing. So I don't know. This song didn't hit me. It doesn't connect to me like it connects with other people who think it's a good sing-along song. So I am going to give this I don't think it's going to get a bad rating. I'm going to give it a 3.5. I'm going to give it 3.5 records.
That's okay.
I think it's I mean, listen, I'm going to rate it on the point that yes, obviously people do sing along to the song. I do not. And I don't know if that's fine. It's fine. I'll take it. Nothing against Canadians, by the way, because I love Canada, by the way. I just want to say I have nothing against. I love this song. I think more of American Pie when I hear this song. I got you. Similarly, people thought Savage Garden's "I Want You" was a commercial with the Checka Cherry Cola line. Chris, it's fun to sing along, kind of like "End of the World as We Know." I feel fine. Yeah, and that's a great song.
That's a great song.
That's a great song. I don't know. I don't know if I put on the same level as the REM song, to be honest with you. But listen, it's a 3.5 records. I mean, I'm not bagging on the song. It just doesn't. I'm not as excited about the song as everybody else is. How's that? Like, it doesn't excite me as much as the rest of the world.
I hope you clipped this out and put it on the interwebs.
I will.
And people give you the treatment that they give me.
Yeah, I mean,
only for like purposes of algorithm. I don't want you to beat you up, but I'll take the comments.
I'm okay for it. Listen, I don't hate the song. It just isn't my favorite sing along song. I don't really sing along to the song. I mean, I just don't. It just doesn't. I don't know. I won't. My wife will probably sing along to it, so I won't skip it because we're usually in the car together when this will probably come on. So, yeah,
Dave coming in. So Chris is in the middle on this one.
Yes.
Boom. Exactly, Dave. Exactly. Yeah. All right. So 3.5 for that. Do we want to go into some quick recommendations.
Yes,
Dave
yes,
gave
let's
us.
do that.
Do those real quick.
Let's go through them.
My list.
Oh, here we go.
Dave's list to me that today was amazing and spot on.
Yeah. It is. Dave had some great lists. I said this because when he posted it on Facebook, I was like, oh man, these are all bangers. So sing-alongs for Chris. Faith No More, Epic, great. Liars, Mess on a Mission, Offspring, Come Out and Play. By the way, I hate the Offspring. I just want to say, I get that song is a big song. I can't stand the Offspring, but great pick though, Dave, because it is a very good sing-along song. I just personally can't stand the Offspring. Rancid, Ruby Soho, Tens all day long. Rai, Sunshine, and It Might Be Giants, Particle Man, and then sing-alongs for Amanda. ABBA, Take a Chance on Me.
Love.
Never go wrong with ABBA.
No.
Duffy, Mercy.
Gosh.
I love that Duffy record. God, I love that Duffy record.
So good.
Got a Girl, there's Revolution, Proclaimers, I'm Gonna Be 500 Miles, great tune. REM Stand, good REM tune. The Ting Tings, That's Not My Name. Oh my God, I have so many funny stories about that song, but that's a good song.
Dave, amazing list for each of us this
Dave, banger of a list, buddy. Banger of a list. And let us know what other songs you guys would or make your list. He's also got sing-alongs for Ian, by the way, who usually checks in.
Yeah.
Now that we're on another time change here. Doobie Brothers, Blackwater, Duran, Rio, Madness, Our House, Mark Cohen, Walk in Memphis, Prince, Kiss, and Wet Leg, Chase Lounge.
So individually perfect.
So great.
Thank you, Dave. All right. Going into your third and final song, to me, I did not know this one at all. And if I'm being honest, I'm still digesting if I like it or not. And it is.
By the way, I'm sorry. From my dad, my cousin's husband said, Devin said you just ripped his karaoke song. Well, Devin, maybe I'll like your version, buddy. So next time I come down to South Carolina, North Carolina, we're going karaoke and I want to hear you do it. I'll do Hate Jealousy, you do this one, all right? Deal.
Love it. Okay. Thank you, Daddy Baglio. Had to Go by, how do you say? Is it
Chappell Roan?
Chappell Roan
or Chappell Roan, whatever. I don't know.
I'm not really sure. It's a newer song, 2023 is when it was released.
Yep. The song of the summer last year.
Really?
Pretty much, yeah.
What summer? Because I wasn't apparently a part of it.
I mean, listen, Charlie XCX was Brat. It was Brat summer last year with Charlie XCX, but Hot to Go was like the summer song, man.
So, I need to let's just dive right into listening to this one.
I thought that you might have heard. I thought you would know this song. I can't believe you don't know Hot to Go. Like this, I love Chappell Roan. I love her. I think she's great. She's an awesome new, new in quotes pop star. Like she's great. She's a good new generation of pop.
Okay, so we're going to play a little bit, and we have several people on right now. So this is the perfect time that everyone can give us, have you guys heard this song before? Because I need to know if I'm in the minority here or if I'm in the majority.
I think a lot of our younger listeners who listen to the show all know. I mean, we all. I mean, I think she's great. I love her record. Which I'm surprised too, because it's so it's so you, Amanda. It's called The Rise and Fall of Midwest Princess. Yeah, but she's got a great look. I mean, she just does whatever she wants. She's very unapologetic. She dresses in drag and wears these costumes. It's great. I watched a lot of her live stuff. I watched her on YouTube. I watched her NPR Tiny Desk. She's excellent, and she's a wonderful musician, and she has an amazing voice, and she just gives no F's about anything and just writes the music she wants to write, and I love it.
She's very intriguing, and that's why I was saying, I haven't even quite been able to digest her fully because
listen to the record. Listen to Rise and Fall of a Midwest Princess. You will do yourself a huge favor.
Can't wait.
So, all right. So here's a little Hot to Go.
Yeah. All right. Let us know if you know anyone know the song. Yeah. Dave is coming in saying new to him.
There's a lot of comparisons to her and Cyndi Lauper, which I don't disagree. But I like that she's kind of built off of what Cyndi Lauper started in the 80s,
which I'm a huge fan of.
Yeah. So this is a great song.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Gotta love the Casio keyboard. gotta do the dance too, which is basically YMCA.
Is it really?
Yeah, she does the whole thing. It's basically YMCA. I mean, this is an instant sing along. At least in my house. I mean, I'm telling you, there's nothing like watching Lollapalooza, the live that they did over the summer, where she played Lollapalooza, the biggest crowd, and you literally have like 500,000 people singing "Hot to Go" and doing the dance. It's amazing.
Wow.
It's like, holy crap. I'll let go this one more, and then we're going to bail out of it. I'm probably going to get canceled. Hot to go. All right. So I'm telling you, I'm going to send you her live. I'm going to send you the Lollapalooza live, and you're going to be like blown away. It's like it seems like she had overnight success. She's been at it for 10 years. Her story is amazing. She's got, I mean, yeah, she's a newer artist, but this song was huge. Especially last summer. I mean, this was everywhere. We all know I live under a rock most times, so it should not surprise me, but I am not in the minority. I feel like a lot of people are saying they didn't know her. They're glad they discovered her in the comments, which I am too. And so when you sent this to me, I'm like, I don't know this enough to like know it as a singable song, a sing-along song, because I was still digesting it. First listen plus second, third. We listen to these songs multiple times. I want to be clear. We do. Always listen to them.
I mean, I liked it a lot. Like, it's got a good energy. I just didn't know it enough to know, like, is this considered a sing-along song now? So
it is. Huge sing-along song.
I think it has the makings of it. So if you're telling me it's a huge sing-along, I guess that makes sense to it. I'm excited to dive into her catalog more.
Yeah, I'm telling you, when they play it at like even like stadium, like you'll hear it and you see it, and it's another song where they'll drop out and people sing "Hot to Go" and they do the dance. It's a really fun song, and we'll see if it has the length of, but for now it's definitely in the mainstream. And once again, we're doing sing along songs. I wanted to bring something that was very newer to the table, because that's what the show's all about. I don't want to be always stuck in the past,
like I tend to be. So where do I rate it? I think I personally I actually like this song a lot just as a song. So if you had given this to me another week, it probably would have rated very well. I think the HOTTOGO part, super.
HOTTO. Yeah, I can see. This is a new skate. This is going to be a new roller skate song for you.
Yeah, I can see that. So I'm going to give it a 4.0, but I do think it could increase as time goes.
I think you should listen to this whole record, by the way.
I will. I definitely will.
It's a very raw record, like, because once again, she just writes. She writes how she feels, and it's great. And a lot about relationships in a very raw manner, but I love it because that's just how she is, and I think that's very cool of her. And she's a very, very talented musician. If you watch her TikTok videos from when it was literally be her like in a park with a keyboard just playing, because that would be just her, and then it's like to then go to like Lollapalooza with 500,000 people is like insane. Like,
you see that of Taylor Swift too, where she was doing these very small gigs in these small towns to these arenas now that are like they have to be specific sizes for her to even be able to hold concerts. So I'm excited to see where she goes. I think her future looks very bright.
We'll see what she does for her next act. But for now, I think this song, even if she leaves this song, it is great. So anyway, that's my newer pick for sing along song.
I like it. And listen, I barely squeaked by with a win this week.
You won.
I won by 0.2, you guys. 12.2 to 12.8.
Amanda?
I mean, I did. And I took some liberties to get some songs that I knew would do well. So you took some risk and you did well.
Yeah. And Dave liked this 4.4 for Chappell.
I can feel that. Yeah. I can feel that.
Chris Weingart said never heard it, but hey, hopefully maybe you liked it, Chris. I'm not sure. But, maybe, I mean, listen, it's pop, it's different, but I just like that she's building on. She's just wearing her influences on her sleeve and doing it. I like it. So I think it's cool. All right. Well, hey, congratulations, Amanda Sharp, for winning this week's Song Swap Showdown sing-along songs. Obviously, there's about 1 billion sing-along songs we could have put on here. It's endless. If you guys like this episode, then maybe we'll do another one just like this in the future. So let us know, because if you guys are watching it and liking it and talking about it, we will do more. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. Thanks for listening to us on Radio Garden State. Keep it tuned there to Radio Garden State if you're listening to it. All kinds of great music all day long. And of course, Mr. Mike Hams is making a very special announcement at 12 p.m. today. Yeah, my father at 72. I know. There you go, Dad. Thanks. And once again, we do ask that if you are watching us on YouTube, please do us a very quick favor of just hitting that subscribe button and then the little bell, so that way you get notified every single time we drop new episodes. That small action means a lot to us. It's very small and very quick for you, but for us, it actually means a lot. And to any creator that you're following on that platform. And if you're listening on any audio platform, Spotify, Apple, wherever, any podcast platform, hit that follow button as well, because that small activity makes a big difference. Amanda, any final words?
This was a great episode. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun. Thanks for playing along. And we'd love to hear from you. What else would have made your list for sing-along songs? Drop them in the comments over on YouTube or Facebook. All right, guys, have a great rest of the day. Thanks for listening, and we will see you next time on Song Swap Showdown. Bye.
Bye, everyone.